जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ जय राधा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jagannatha Jaya Deva Jaya Subhadra, Jagannatha Jaya Bala Jaya Subhadra, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Bhakti. Jai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarsana, Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Nitai 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 Guranga, Nitai 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 Guranga, Nitai 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 Guranga, Nitai 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 Guranga, Nitai Nitai Guranga. जय जगत गुरु प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, समवेत समस्त वैष्णव वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां श्री कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः। सद्भक्तमनाय मणिपुर उद्भावय च प्रभुपाद सद्वाणी प्रचार निरताय ते नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नाम संकीर्तने जस्य सर्व पाप प्रणश्यति प्रणाम दुःख शमनं तं नमामि श्रीहरि परम। नष्ट प्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके परमानंद हि वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवतम 7th canto 1st chapter श्लोक नंबर 31। गोप्यः कामाद् भयाद् कंसो गोप्यः कामाद् भयाद् कंसो द्वेषात् चैद्याद्यो नृपः चैद्याद्यो नृपः संबंधाद् वृष्णयो स्नेहाद् संबंधाद् वृष्णयो स्नेहाद् इयं भक्त्या वयं विभो यं bhaktya vayam vibho gopyaha kamad bhayad kanso visach chaityadayo nrupaha sambandhad vrushnayah snehad yuyam bhaktya vayam vibho gopyaha kamad bhayad kanso vesad chaityadayo nrupaha sambandhad vrushnayah snehad yam bhaktya vayam vibho. Synonyms. Gopyaha, the gopis, kamat, out of lusty desires, bhayat, out of fear, kamsaha, king Kamsa, dvesat, out of envy, chaitya adyaha, Sisupala and others, nrupaha, kings, sambadhat, out of kinships, brishnayaha, the Prishnis or the Yadavas, snehat, out of affections, yuam, you, the Pandavas, bhaktya, by devotional service, Bayam, we, Divo, O great king. Translation. My dear King Yudhishthira, the gopis by their lusty desires, Kamsas by his fear, Sisupala and other kings by envy, the Yadus by their familial relationship with Krishna, you Pandavas by your great affections for Krishna, and we, the general devotees, by our devotional service, have obtained the mercy of Krishna. Different persons achieve different types of mukti. Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya.
जी headset use कर लीजिए headset clear होगा.
Headset is bit problem. I think it is voice is going down.
Okay.
Is it not enough? I have to repair that from Sunday. I realized that, but I haven't got time to.
चलेगा चलेगा.
चल जाएगा.
हाँ थोड़ा आवाज.
मैं थोड़ा क्लोज बोलने की कोशिश
क्लोज आइए और आवाज बढ़ाइए और गला को बचाने के लिए क्लास ज्यादा मत देना.
So thus it is described here. Okay, according I was talking about Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, and Sasti. According to their own intense desire, which is called bhava. Thus it is described here that the gopis, by their lusty desires, which were based upon their intense love for Krishna, became the most beloved devotees of the Lord. Although the gopis at Vrindavan expressed their lusty desires in relationship with the Paramar, Parakaya, Parakya Rasa, they actually had no lusty desires. It is significant of spiritual advancement. Their desires appear lusty, but actually they were not the lusty desires of the material world. Chaitanya Charitamrita compares the desires of the spiritual and material world to gold and iron. Both gold and iron are metal, but there is a vast difference in their value. The lusty desires of the gopis for Krishna are compared to gold, and material lusty desires are compared to iron. Kamsa and other enemies of Krishna merged into the existence of Brahman. But why should Krishna's friend and devotees have the same positions? Krishna's devotee attain the associations of the Lord as his constant companions, either in Vrindavan or in Vaikuntha planets. Similarly, although Narada Muni wanders in the three worlds, he has exalted devotions for Narayana, Aishwaryaman. The Vrishnis and Yadus and the father and the mother of Krishna in Vrindavan all have familial relationships with Krishna. Krishna's foster father and mother in Vrindavan, however, are more exalted than Vasudeva and Deva. Thank you. One minute, I am trying to switch this mobile to a better one. Okay, I'm switching to another mobile. Okay. Quickly join. Not Bangalore. Bhagavatam. ID I'm telling 1 minute. 586? 586 105. That is the. What's that? 1083. 1083 SRI 3.
Recording in progress.
Shravan Prabhu, please unmute Satyavrata. Ajay, okay. Fine. Ajay, another Ajay. Shravan Prabhu? Yeah, thank you. Is it better now? Let me disconnect this one. Hare Krishna, Shravan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Okay.
Not better. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Is my voice better now?
Yeah, we can carry on, Prabhuji.
It seems still speaker is on. How? It should automatically detect speaker. Okay. Let me keep it closer to mouth. Huh? I think this earphone has the problem. Okay, I'm keeping it closer to mouth. Sure.
It is very much clear for us. Please proceed.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So in this context, the love for Krishna can get through a transformation. And the love that is spontaneous. Two aspects should be analyzed. One is Gopyaha Kamat. This sloka is most important sloka. Gopyaha Kamat. Through the lusty desires. Here the word lusty desires sometimes misunderstood. Mostly neophytes misunderstand that. What is lusty desires? That is very clearly explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ataeva kama prema bahuta antara kama andhatama prema nirmala bhaskara. There is a gulf of difference between lust and love. Kama prema bahuta antara. Though most of the time people see that they are same, but they are completely different. How they are different? Like iron and gold. There is a big difference between iron and gold. The value of iron and the value of gold is completely different. So Chaitanya Charitamrita said, Kama Gandhahina Swabhavika Gopi Prema Nirmala Ujjala Suddha Yena Dagdha Hema. Dagdha Hema means molten gold. Chaitanya Charitamrita further says, it is not only gold, that is molten gold. Jaiche dasavana hema. So the goldsmith, to bring the dazzleness of gold, apply these principles of moltening. That is called bana. Dasavana, 10 times applied this bana, means the molten. So love and lust appear both to be metal. If you see in the vision of metal, like gold and iron appear to be metal. So that is the only common thing in it, that they both are metal. But other things like the values, the appearance of gold and iron are completely different. So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that further. Kama prema dohakara vibhinna lakshana lauha hema jaiche sorupe vilakshana. So even though they looks like sometimes similar in an ordinary vision, if the vision is ordinary, if the vision is not very intelligent, their intelligence has been stolen, or they are lowly intelligent. They can misinterpret kama as prema, but their swarupa is vilakshana. Actual identity is completely different. Adhirudha mahabhava radhikara prema visuddha nirmala jaiche dasavana hema. Actual love of Godhead is completely different, and its dazzleness, its symptoms to be seen as at completely different level, and most dazzling and most beautiful and most attractive. So the love for Krishna is prema. This prema is actually having 5 types. Other things which we say as normally the worldly people say as prema is not at all prema. Prema means that must have a hari sambandha. So what is that? That is love of Godhead, and that is of 5 types. That can be neutral, can be servitude, can be friendly, can be parental, or can be conjugal. And this is beyond guna. The love of Godhead cannot be manifest within 3 modes of material nature. It only manifests with Hari Sambandha. There must be a relationship with Hari, then only it can be regarded as love. And this love is of 5 types. That can be neutral relationship with the Lord, that can be friendly, with a friendly relationship with Lord, or parental or conjugal. So that is prema. All other things which we name as prema is not at all prema. This needs a different domain of understanding, of experiencing through bhava. Achintyaha khalu ye bhava. Achintyaha khalu ye bhava natams tarkena yajayat. Prakritya param yascha tad achintasya lakshanam. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.5.93 and Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 17.308. Anything transcendental to material nature is called inconceivable, whereas arguments are all mundane. Since mundane arguments cannot touch transcendental subject matters, one should not try to understand transcendental subjects through mundane arguments. If one tries to understand gold's property through iron's property, it will not be understood. So one has to come to the realm of gold, and one has to see and bring a gold to his laboratory to identify the properties of gold. So just by seeing iron, how can one understand gold? He can just speculate. So those who are talking about love should experience love. Then only they can understand about love. Experience, how one can experience? There is, big process. So one can take up pure sadhu, surrender the process of guru and disciples in the top-down approach, and one can understand that. But it is clearly mentioned that it is transcendental to material nature. The nature of love, or the nature of transcendental science of love is beyond material conception. One cannot conceive. That's why it is inconceivable. It can be experienced by the mercy of a pure devotee. Premaiva Gopuramanam Kamo Itya Gamut Pratham Ityiva Vadayo Apyat Vanchanti Bhagavat Priya. This love of gopis is completely beyond any kind of material lusty desire, which is aspired by all the dear devotees of Lord. All the dear devotees of Lord aspires the love of gopis. It is completely free from all lusty desire. How it is free? How it is completely free from the lusty desires? That is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Amara darsane Krishna pailo eta sukha ei sukhe gopira prafulanga mukha. Amara darsane Krishna pailo eta sukha. Because seeing me, Krishna is getting pleasure. This is the pleasure of gopis. Because of that, they become happy and ecstasious. Their bodily pleasure or the symptoms of pleasure that is appearing in the body of gopis is not anything else. It is only that Krishna is getting lots of pleasure. When we talk about kama, it has a direct relationship with body. Jehi sansparsana bhoga dukkha janaya evate. In touch of which one just suffers. When there is a connection of body, it is lost and its symptom is only suffering. There is nothing else. Jehi sansparsana bhoga dukkha janaya evate adyantavanta konteya natesu romate buddha. Here also Prabhupada explains that Bhagavad Gita says they are not Buddha. Those who are engaged in lusty desires. To give the pleasure to themselves, they are baffled by their attempt. Rather, they get more distresses. So they are not intelligent because they are not able to discriminate the finite aspects of difference between the gulf of love and lust. So they are not Buddha, they are not intelligent enough. So this needs transformations. Raso varjo raso api paradushta nivartante. They need transformations by giving up the lower taste by taking up the higher taste. So this is the transcendental realm when one approaches a bona fide representative. So they gives this higher taste and they destroys the lower taste. So kama means a bodily connections. Love means a non-bodily connections. Entirely different. Kama is material and love is spiritual. Whenever there is spiritual means it has to be godly. Kama is godless. The thought is morally godless in kama. There is an independent ownership, godless thought. And love is only godly thought. Without presence of God, there is no question of love. So love as its own behavior is only to be exchanged with Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any other form is not love. Then you can say spiritual masters, the dealings with spiritual master is love, because it is the love between Guru and disciple is directly love between Lord and devotee. Acharya Mam Abhijana, because Acharya is non-different from God, Lord Krishna. Similarly, the exchange of love between devotees, sadhu sangha, is also love of God. So that can manifest in various ways, and it is to be manifested. The apparent desire remaining for bodily happiness will get a transformation. When the eternal love, which is in a sleeping conditions, get awake, means awakened. So that is actually love. Gopi Shobha dekhi gopiro Shobha badhe jata, Krishna Shobha dekhi gopiro Shobha badhe tata. Means even if they dress themselves so nicely, if they present themselves so nicely, or if they get some of the how somebody get happy, like mostly women, they get happiness by dressing themselves, by decorating themselves. So they don't get that happiness when they dress themselves so nicely. They get more happiness when they dress Krishna so nicely. When they see Krishna is becoming happy, that gives them immense pleasure. When they decorate themselves or they feed themselves or they do something for their body, they don't get that happiness. And they only get their happiness when they feel that by their appearance, Krishna will be happy. That is the symptoms of love. There is no tinge of presence of lusty desire, though there appears like that. अतएव सही सुखे कृष्ण सुख पोसे, यही हेतु गोपी प्रेम में नाही काम हो से. Because their only intention is to please Krishna. So there is no tinge of lusty desire in it. So this is confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gopi preme nahi kama hose. There is no tinge of lust in the love of gopis. So some of the devotees, so they can develop love of Godhead in conjugal. Other can take up the process of affections like Pandavas for Krishna, and other devotees they can take various other means, like some devotees they can like sneha, prema, or friendliness, or like akrura, like they can do prayers, or they can become friends. So it is important that through our relationship or through our natural relationship, we try to establish that with Krishna. Though some of the people, they can achieve Krishna because of their previous good karma. Even they can get some form of mukti, but that attainment of salvations is not very appreciable in the path of devotional service. Devotional service might be appearing to be very difficult in first, but gradually one get much happiness in that. Susukham kartum abhayam. It might appear to be very difficult, so that one see that, oh, this is so difficult, I cannot do it. So it is like amruta upamam. Amruta is in the middle, in the bottom, but that poison is in the top. So that is what Bhagavad Gita says in 18.38. Even though it appeared to be difficult or poisonous or troublesome, but when one take it up, gradually he will not feel it like poisonous. So even though the process is very difficult, that to give up lust is not at all possible. Baladipa niyujita, Arjuna says that. Anichanapi vasnaya baladipa niyujita. Even though sometimes we try our best to restrict it, but it appears that forcefully it drives us away. So what to do? So Krishna advises us that kama sankalpa varjita, adau niyamya. Four important thing. Kama sankalpa varjita. First, that is the eradicating root. Second is niyamya, adau niyamo. Carve it from the very beginning. And what is that? Third is abhyasa, regulating by following regulative principles daily. Abhyasa and vairagya. Austerity is required. Without these four things, if somebody think of getting a transformation from lust to love, it will not happen. So these are the external way. External means what you can do as a immediate response through your physical sadhana process. What you can do at your hand. What is not in your hand, that also you can try, is that avasya rakhive Krishna vishwasya palan. Being a very strong faith that Krishna will definitely save me. Krishna will definitely give his mercy upon me. Guru will definitely give his mercy upon me. Ussaha, nishchaya, dharja, vishwasa, tat karma pravartanat. In whole is completely surrenderness and dependence on Lord. Has to be there, which will give the fifth, raso varja, raso api, paradushta, nivartanta. Until there is a transformations happen, by continuously engaging in releasing the higher taste of love of Godhead, this lust will not be eradicated. It will somehow other troubles. But as a recommended process by Krishna, you can do these four things. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Don't make big plan of sense enjoyments. All this big plan before even starting the work is a root cause of our suffering. So first we have to eradicate that. We have to make, you can change that for Krishna, but sometimes at the initial level you can try that, but it will mislead you. Rather later, you can think of that I am doing for Krishna, but later on, it will develop, you will develop more ego, I am president of this, I am this and that, so many things will delude. When ultimate focus is not there, that can very easily delude. A single sense can make you fall in the ocean of miseries again. That's why this lava puja pratishtha are hidden and not to be, visible so easily. So that's why the devotee is to change the kama sankalpa to Krishna sankalpa, but that sometimes, if not very carefully guided, can change back to again material oceans of miseries. So that is one of the important aspects. First, let's try to change the Kama Sankalpa to Krishna Sankalpa or to Guru Sankalpa. The best is if you follow the Guru Sankalpa, because understanding Krishna Sankalpa in Bhagavad Gita is it's not so easy until we take up Krishna's mercy through a Guru. So one must go through Guru Sankalpa, give up Kama Sankalpa, change is to Guru Sankalpa. He can think of doing nice house, this and that, car, all other things. Same thing you can think for fulfilling the mission of preaching. You can have a building if it is required for preaching. You can have a car if it is required for preaching. All these things. This transformation should happen. Kama Sankalpa must change to Guru Sankalpa. But you must take another care is that even though you do all this, so there is very all possibilities are there that will be deluded by lava, puja and pratishtha. Even though you are working so hard, your result will be less or no. Because sometimes if you offend, you'll get negative result also. That's why that path is there, but in that need a utmost care. Second is Addo niyama. Whenever whenever their contemplations comes, there itself you stop it. Do not allow the contemplation to proceed further. Sangastesu upajayate, the attachment to enjoy it develops. So stop it from there. So curb it from the very beginning. Otherwise, when it becomes powerful, it is very difficult to defend it. When it is very weak, like at the stage of contemplation, it is weak. So kill it at that time. But when it will become so strong, it will overpower. Gradually, it becomes overpower. Very, very strong. Sangat sanjayata kamo. At kamo level, it is very powerful. And it krodha level at very, very powerful. And when it becomes somehow, it goes beyond your hand. And it destroys. Samhat buddhinas. It destroys the intelligence. So that time you'll never able to control your senses to remain in the path of Krishna consciousness. That is why Adho Niyamo, curb it from the very beginning. Then third is that Abhyasa, regularly practicing, freeing from the contemplations of the lusty desire is not a one-day job or 1 minute job. It is a continuous job. Abhyasa. You have to regularly practice it. Then austerities. We need to do some recommended austerities. As we are in preaching services, missionary preaching services, preaching our essence, and through preaching, these things will be automatically manifesting. So the recommended austerity given by Srila Prabhupada or Acharyas, we should follow, like following Ekadasis, chanting and reading books, like regulating the eating habits, and whatever Vaishnava etiquettes has been given are all giving us the magnified results, integrated results for progress. So these four are important, and but to say it may not give any results also. It may not give some significant result. It will give some immediate or some result you might see, but it is not all.
The time is over.
Yes, bro. Thank you, Maharaj. So only transformation can happen through rasa varjo rasa api paradushta nivartante. Our immediate endeavor cannot completely give us the result. And there is a possibility of failure. Though we must follow these four and hope for the blessings of Lord. Prasad sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. Hope for the blessings of the Lord by following regulative principles under the bona fide acharya. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for nice and all class. Yeah, one point I really thought is having desire to feel the interest of the master is or can that's what understood from that slide. Yeah, can ask
Your voice is breaking for me. Is it audible to everyone?
No.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, are you able to hear Shravan Prabhu clearly?
No.
Shravan
Not able
Prabhu,
to
your
hear.
voice is breaking.
Not able to hear. Okay, any others want to ask a question? Raise a hand. And, yeah,
Okay, Maharaj, you have any comment?
yeah, you have nicely explained what is lust, what is love. Lust, godless. And no love without God. Yeah, this is very, very important. Nice point to take home point from your class.
Any other comment? So it has actually 6 aspects to explain. Kama, Krodha. Oh, sorry, there it is. Yeah, so there are 6 aspects. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. Dambha sah stane stane nijukta kariba. आनंद करी हृदय रिपु पराजय अन्याय से गोविंद भजियो. सो कृष्ण सेवा कर्मार्पणे क्रोध भक्त द्वेषी जने लोभ साधु संगे हरि कथा मोह इष्ण लाभ विने मद कृष्ण गुण गाने नियुक्त करिब जथा तथा. So this is actually process of transformations which is rasavarja rasa viparadusthani vartante, taking up the higher taste. And the process is that one should try to engage the lust in the eagerness of the service of Krishna. And when overpowered with that, if going towards wrath, let's engage this wrath against this envious people who are envious to our devotees. Similarly, we should be more greed to get more associations of devotees of Hari. And if I have to illusion, then let me be illusioned because of failing to achieve the success in worshipping my Lord. If I have to be
one question. One question.
Yes.
Why God created Kama?
Yeah, why God created Kama? Yeah, God created a prema, but when it comes to this world of external energy, then it get a change. Hiram dadhi vikar jatha vishwas jogat. Just like milk getting transformed into yogurt, similarly when this love of Godhead added with this desire of independent sense enjoyment or independent lordship, independent ownership, that get a transformations of love to lust. See, the love is the eternal and visible symptoms of love of Godhead at its pure state. When soul is at pure state, means no contaminations, no independent thought of enjoyment, only a dependent thought of enjoyment is love. But when it become an independent enjoyer, when that same point from godly to godless thought, so it got the transformation. Milk is changed to sour by adding, changed to yogurt by addition of sour. Similarly, when the love of Godhead is contaminated with the independent desire of sense enjoyment, is transformed to lust. So
Thank you,
it,
Prabhu. Let us hear if our Govind Maharaj wants to say something or any other body has question.
yes, yes, Maharaj. Govind Maharaj, please.
ईश्वरी Bhakti Govind Maharaj ki jai ho.
Maharaj ji, is Govind Maharaj
I
with
think you
us?
have to unmute him 1 minute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for unmuting. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
So, Maharaj is a very practical, beautiful question. It's
Yes, ma'am.
address, and you get the right answer. Sometimes, simplistic answer. Sometimes those who are scientifically analytical, it is difficult to just get the to appreciate just the simplistic answer. So the two terms, kama and prema, energy, the flow, the etymologically, if you understand these two words, the kama comes, from kam dhatu, and pri dhatu, the prema, and both have the same meaning, desire. Kam also has the meaning in its root, desire, and prem also in its root, desire, because without desire there is no love also. But the desire, what is the target? That's why I say that Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dhare Prem Nam. And what is the Atmendriya Priti Ichha Tare Bali Kam. So Ichha, desire is there, it's just target is different. So when every living entity in the heart, there is a desire. Feeling, willing and doing, correct? And it is natural. And when it does not, so Krishna gives us this desire, which takes the form of calm, because it somehow does not find its real target, Krishna, and it becomes baffled, and not finding its real object, prem, the real object or aspect of this desire is Krishna. That's why Krishna is all attractive. So the desire can be totally become absorbed when one comes across Krishna. And so this desire becomes baffled again and again for so many lifetimes. And in human form of life, when one becomes informed by the mercy of the devotees that this desire the real target of this desire has to be Krishna. Then that very desire becomes converted into prema. So, that is the whole idea. And if we see this two words, only the target is different. The process, appearance, everything is same. But in the target, there is a huge difference. And because of that huge difference, due to the difference of target, Kama is become Vyabhichari. Vyabhichari because no matter how many targets other than Krishna it has, it doesn't become satiated. Like Duspuram, what Krishna says? Duspuram means it's insatiable. No matter how many objects it wants to target, until it targets Krishna, the only object of our desire, it remains unfulfilled. And that's why Kama is always Vyabhichari. Bahu Vishaygami, Bahu Shakha. But the Prem is always Ekanishta. Because Prem is totally, the desire is totally fulfilled or absorbed in Krishna. Like the powerful Ganges, with full force moving towards the ocean. So that is the speed, or that is the movement of love. It is incessantly, without any deviation, without any distraction. It flows apratihata, apratihata gati. And so that's why in Kama, what happens? Because it remains unfulfilled because it has not found its real object, Krishna. So, and that's why it becomes self-centered. And so somehow through sadhu sang, if one can direct that desire, because ultimately, as we know, Jivere Swarupoi Krishna Nitya Das, this simplistic statement, but it could be appreciated in this sense, that the real fulfillment of the soul or any being is in giving, in serving. That is very nature. So that the desire to serve can be ignited in serving then Krishna, and then in relation to Krishna as the manifestation of Krishna, the service to Sri Guru, service to the God brothers, God sisters, and the other Vaishnavas, everything seeing Krishna expanding in this, his internal potency. Krishna has expanded not only in internal potency, but also external potency. There is also an instrument, it becomes instrument, the objects of these material manifestations, they also become instrument to bring satisfaction, service, and express our love using these objects in the service of Krishna. So when one is situated in love, one pointed attention to please Krishna and Sri Guru, then no objects appears as material, because material means again lust. What is material and what is spiritual actually? It's we sometimes say matter is material. No, material means not connecting to Krishna. But when it is connected to Krishna's service, it becomes spiritual. Disconnect from Krishna's service, Sri Guru's service, the matter becomes material. So there's a difference between matter and material. Sometimes the noun, both are used as noun. Oh, this is material. But material means disconnect from Krishna. And spiritual means connected to Krishna's service. So it's a huge topic. But one thing, the very Maharaj's question is very, very beautiful. It is the force, the desire, the force. It's like have you heard the Saap CD? Saap CD ka game hota hai na? The same CD which can pull you down, it can also raise you up, correct? So the snake-like Kama touches you or bites you, that same stare pulls you down, correct? Puts you down. And when Krishna is connected, then the stair is there waiting for you to climb up. It's the same stairs, but one same stair can pull you down and can put you very high. Uh, the target is different, correct? So the whole idea is which until this force of desire is until targeted to Krishna, it will give a problem. And we wonder, oh, why Krishna created Kam? Kam is just the activation by the living entity, not finding the desire, not finding where to direct or put his desire to. And since time immemorial, Krishna has created this melodrama of this material world, playing hide and seek. Okay, you find me. You know? Krishna wants to have fun, lot of fun. So since eternity, this has been going on and on and on, and until the sadhu vaidya comes in one's life, and he can point out the disease of this desire having become converted into lust, and the same desire can be transformed into prema. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj, we are able to hear you.
Can everybody refer to 11:24? It's most beautiful. It's a direct answer to Maharaj's question. 11:24. Shrikant Prabhu, can you open? Krishna speaking to Uddhavji. It says, Madarthe dharma kamarthan acharan madapashraya labhate nishchalam bhaktim mai uddhava sanatani.
Maharaj, 11:24.
Yes.
11:24 doesn't exist.
By desiring for Krishna, all the desires become vanquished. And then Krishna also speaks to Naradji, Narad Muni.
24.
He says that mat kama shanakai sadhu sarvan munchati ichchayan. So this is a definition of nature of the sadhus. Sadhus carry desire for me, desire for my pleasure in their heart. And as a result, slowly and gradually, they become absorbed, become freed with all the other desires. They are able to give up all other unwanted desires by carrying the desire to please Krishna in their heart. So when all other desires become zero, and the Krishna Kamna, desire for Krishna, fills the whole heart of the sadhaka, that is called prem. So prem is all encompassing the heart. But the lust or desires could be multiple in the same heart. Desire this and but when one becomes filled with the desire for Krishna, then all other desires get ousted like this.
Okay, Maharaj.
Please conclude, Prabhuji.
जय गुरु महाराज वशिपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समस्त महाराज भक्त वृंद की, वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरि
His Grace Akural Paramanand Prabhu ki jai. Thank you all for
जय
joining.
जय
See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.